All right, chat. It says Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just got sued for scripting the fight. Chat, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if this is a rumor or not, but I don't know what most people expected when they was watching this fight. I didn't watch the fight. I'm gonna be completely honest. The fight to me just it wasn't appealing. I knew I wasn't gonna get a real boxing match. Number one, because we're not really dealing with real boxers here. And I know you about to say, well, Mike Tyson is a real boxer. Yeah, 30 years ago, Mike Tyson, we're sitting here watching Jake Paul, who's not a boxer. He hasn't fought anybody outside of, what's his name? Is it Nick Fury? Tommy Fury. He hasn't fought nobody outside of Tommy Fury that was a real boxer. And he lost to Tommy Fury. Mike Tyson isn't a real boxer because the man is 58 years old. He damn near 60. Mike should have been hung them gloves up. It's over. I really don't understand what people expected from this fight. But I think where people are frustrated is that they were sold a fight and they bought it. Jake and Mike came to the table and sold y'all an image. And y'all bought it. I think that's what people are upset about. They made you think that this was going to be a real compelling fight. And so people went out their way and they bought this shit. And kudos to them. And I think they both made like $20 million a pop. Kudos to them. But for fans, we got to start seeing clown shit for what it is. So I ain't gonna say, well, it is clown shit. Circus shit for what it is. I mean, this was a circus fight. This was like the Harlem Globetrotters. It's not really basketball. It's not really basketball. You come to watch a circus. And so these anything that's outside of real boxing, MGM Grand boxing, Vegas boxing, you got to take it with a grain of salt. So let's see if they really got sued. I know a lot of people are upset. I would be too if I sat up all night and watch 8 rounds of nothing.
Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money.
I don't think it was rigged. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it was rigged, because it's like what benefit does rigging this fight? Well, like what they're still getting what they came here for, which is that $20 million. I don't understand why they would have to rig the fight. You know? And what Mike Tyson, if Mike Tyson could knock Jake Paul out, I think he would have. Wholeheartedly. Do y'all really think Mike Tyson is hurting for money that bad to where he would agree to script a fight for $20 million? Is Mike Tyson hurting for money that bad to where he would do this?
Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just got
leaked by whom, chat? Leaked by whom? How do you know somebody didn't just type this up? How do you know that? What evidence do you have that somebody didn't just type that up?
Got sued for pulling off the biggest scam in recent boxing history. What were you two buddies thinking? Fans waited 6 long months for this so-called legendary fight only to get served a scripted, tarnished mess. Sure, you might have your reasons, but let's be real. What was the point of hyping this event to the heavens if you were...
Chat, what? Let me ask you this. How much of real sports do you think is rigged? I'm talking about like NBA, NFL, baseball, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, chat, it's entertainment at the end of the day. And these companies that we're watching, NBA, NFL, they're a business at the end of the day. They're not getting their revenue off of authenticity. They're getting their revenue off of giving people a compelling show. that sells. Not even a compelling show. It has to sell first. Selling is number one. Selling is number one on these when it comes to sports. Their whole goal is to get as many people eyes watching their content. That's number one. The sport itself comes second. Honestly. Because without the bread, it wouldn't be a sport. Without the bread.
Were going to give us absolutely nothing in return? You didn't just waste time, money, and energy. You played with the emotions of millions of boxing fans.
The Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting.
Script.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just
Scripted in what way?
no, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so. It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
Black Friday is coming up, which means it's time for our best prices of the year. For the month of November, we're offering
odd.
No, he fights two no names, beats them both.
How do you plan to make up for this disaster?
Who are you talking about?
Because let me tell you, the damage
no
is
names?
done. No one's ever going to believe in a real fight again. And it's not just your reputations that are ruined. You've dragged the entire sport of boxing down with you. Congratulations, you've officially hit a new low.
I don't think that, but I do think it's going to be harder for Jake Paul to sell any more of these handicap fights. Jake Paul's going to have to fight somebody legit and for real the next fight if he wants to sell. Just because of how disappointed people was at watching this fight. And I don't think it had anything to do with Jake Paul winning. I think it has everything to do with the lack of activity that was in this fight. If you fighting 8 rounds for 2 minutes, one, you reduce the round count, and 2, you reduce the duration within the rounds to 2 minutes. People expect to see them 8 rounds pedal to the metal. People expected to see 8 rounds of straight brawling. These niggas made $20 million in 16 minutes. Damn. And people had no problem with that. If y'all would have gave them a good fight, people wouldn't even question it. Not one bit. If this is scripted, which I don't think it was, if this is scripted, man, they did a terrible acting job. Who the fuck wrote the script? This shit won't entertaining at all. If you write a script, it's supposed to be entertaining. Y'all, they should have got some top-notch writers if they wrote a script.
X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago.
Fans shelled out millions for this hot mess. Pay-per-view, sold out. Tickets, gone. Anticipation,
out.
through the roof. But what did we get? A fight so fake, even WWE fans were like, yeah, we've seen better. Jake strutted out with a 40...
Yeah, because the WWE is scripted, right? But I would have rather watched a fucking Randy Orton match than to watch this shit. If you script something, if it's supposed to be entertaining, right? Somebody's supposed to get knocked. Say Jake. See what if I wrote this and it was scripted, Jake Paul would have got knocked out early, right? Everybody like, I told you so. Boom, and then Mike Tyson would have got knocked out in like the middle, right? And then so like towards the later round, towards the 6th, 7th, and 8th round, I would have just had them kind of just duking it out and it being really close, coming down to like a split decision. That's what I would have did if I scripted it. But no, this was pretty much like bop touch him, bop touch him. This was pretty much like they was waiting for the time to run out, honestly.
$1 million payday, Tyson pocketed the $20 million and the audience was left holding the bag. An empty one,
Oh,
by
Jake
the way.
got 40?
And then, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, a leaked script surfaced. Round by round predictions nailed it. Surprise, surprise. Furious fans are now suing, calling this what it
Hold
truly
on. Did they say the script came out before or after?
was. False advertising at its finest.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson...
Round 1 starts and we're all thinking, okay, maybe this won't be a disaster. Tyson comes in with his old school bob and weave, and Paul prances around like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Tyson lands a couple of jabs, Paul throws a quick combo, and wait, is this real?
Yo.
Tyson's timing was
Mike Tyson back in the day was like a fucking pit bull, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. I see why a lot of them boxers was scared, because it's just like, bro, this nigga, something's fucking wrong with him.
so off it felt like he was boxing in slow motion. And Paul? He looked like he was just trying not to trip over his own ego.
Supposed to go down. So round one was supposed to go like this. The opening bell rings and Tyson, showing flashes of his old form, immediately stalks forward with his signature bob and weave style. Paul maintains distance, circling the ring cautiously. Tyson lands a few jabs, but Paul's youth shows in his superior ability.
Chat, don't y'all think if this was a real script, it would have had just a little bit more details in it? This shit, like, that's why I don't believe it. That's why I think this is bullshit. I think this is bullshit. Somebody's pulling y'all strings, chat. I don't think this is real.
Round two rolls around and Tyson lands a solid left hook. The crowd goes wild for 5 seconds. Then reality hits again.
Like, because I wouldn't just hit
Tyson's
Tyson
tank is
lands
already
a
on
hook.
E, and Paul, with all the energy of a kid hopped up on sugar, is bouncing around like it's a schoolyard fight.
Prime. Round two. Tyson comes alive, cutting off the ring more effectively. He lands a thunderous left hook to Paul's body that draws a collective gasp from the crowd. Paul weathers the storm using his reach advantage.
By round three, Paul's ego was fully inflated. He lands a decent right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. Tyson tries to fight back, but it's painfully clear his trademark moves have turned into sluggish flails. Meanwhile, Paul is strutting like he's just KO'd the ghost of Muhammad Ali. It's embarrassing.
Chat, but there's no time. There's no timing on it. How? Okay, he said Tyson's supposed to land a body shot. How does he know when he's supposed to throw that body shot? Because they have to be on the same page. They have to be on the same page. What is the cue to let him know when to do what? Wouldn't that be in the script as well? I'm just saying. I just think that script had got lack of details. It's real vague.
Tyson, for Paul, for boxing.
And then why
If
would
you
they
bet on a player to score the first touchdown and instead he scores the second, you get your money back in cash.
3.
Why would they have something like this printed out? Why would they print this out? That doesn't make sense neither. Something like this you go over in person. It's something like this you have to rehearse in a boxing ring. Why would you have it on paper? That doesn't make sense. If it's scripted.
Paul gains confidence, starting to plant his feet more. He lands a sharp right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. The former champion responds with a vintage combination, but Paul slips most of it.
The grand finale? A scripted knockout punch in round 5. Did we get it? Of course not. Instead, we got a dragged-out decision win for Jake Paul. The audience...
So you just gonna brush over how that the finale of the script was Jake Paul knocking Mike Tyson out, in which he did not do? Boy, I tell you about confirmation bias. Hey, Jay, I just learned that term too. Confirmation bias. That's what that is.
both in the arena and at home, probably felt like they'd wasted not just their money, but their precious time. Fans didn't tune in for amateur hour. They tuned in for a battle of legends. What they got was...
There's only one legend, and a legend is somebody that's retired, who already has their gold jacket, somewhere sitting up coaching or training somebody else. A legend isn't still in the ring boxing. Jake Paul for damn sure ain't no goddamn legend. Who is he calling a legend?
Was a bad high school drama production with boxing gloves.
That catches him flush on the chin. Tyson's leg buckle and he drops to the canvas. Then he's out for the count, but Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10 count. Winner Jake Paul by KO. What?
But wait, let's talk about the real elephant in the room, Mike Tyson's health. Just months before this circus act, Tyson was literally fighting for his life. 8 blood transfusions. Half his blood is gone because of complications from an ulcer.
What the fuck? When that happen? 8 blood transfusions? What
months
the hell?
before this circus act, Tyson was literally fighting for his life. 8 blood transfusions. Half his blood is gone because of complications from an ulcer. And somehow someone...
And that should tell you your old ass shouldn't be in that motherfucking ring. If you need 8 blood transfusions to fight in an 8 round 2-minute fight, your motherfucking ass don't need to be in that ring. And y'all telling me it was scripted. Bro, you think he went through all that for a scripted fight? If it's scripted, he don't gotta be in shape. Why does he have to be in tip-top shape if this thing is scripted and already written out? I'm not finna exert myself like that. So what's the point?
thought,
What
yeah,
was the
this
point of
guy's
him
ready
even
to
doing that?
fight. Texas, you deserve a round of applause for setting the bar so low it's underground. Their medical clearance process is a joke. Tyson, who had lost 25 pounds recovering from his near-death experience, was thrown into the ring with a guy half his age. And we're supposed to believe this wasn't a cash grab?
I'm glad to see that because if I hadn't saw that, I would be worried that this fight may not even...
Tyson himself didn't even try to hide it. He straight up said, "I did it for my bills." Think about that.
So Mike Tyson is hurting for money. Yo, that doesn't make sense though. Mike, there's so many other ways for you to make money. And then 2, I think Mike need to talk to some type of financial advisor. He needs somebody else controlling the money. Cause this man done went broke too many times. Too many times. And every time he go broke, he keep jumping his ass back in that motherfucking ring. You need to fix the problem. The problem isn't you making money. The problem is you retaining it. You need to focus on the problem. It don't matter if you get 20, 30, 50, 100, 200, 300 mil, don't matter. It's all going to go because of your spending habits. He need to address the problem. This motherfucker on that Floyd Mayweather. Like dead ass. Nigga, you hurting that bad. You need $20 million. You need $20 million, nigga. You Mike fucking Tyson.
The man who once ruled boxing, reduced to taking part in a scripted circus just to pay his expenses.
Nigga, in a circus. This was a circus. I agree with him on that. I don't think it was scripted, but I definitely think it was a circus. This is a circus fight.
It's tragic. Tyson walked away with $20 million, sure, but at what cost? His legacy? His dignity? Honestly, it's heartbreaking to watch a legend stoop this low.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money he's getting paid.
And the thing about it, people have so much respect for Mike Tyson. Like people idolize Mike Tyson, like for real, like huge fan. Nigga, I done watched Mike Tyson documentaries like so many times throughout my lifetime. Especially like when I'm looking for motivation, I'm looking to get pumped up. But I will cut on a Mike Tyson documentary or Mike Tyson highlights in a heartbeat. People have so much respect for Mike Tyson. And for him to stoop this low, bro, I can't get with it. I can't get with it. If he got money problems, he don't need to be talking to no Jake Paul. He need to be talking to somebody who can really help him. Who could really help him. I don't know if he's married or not, but he need to get with a woman who could really help him manage his bread a little bit more.
It's so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson
and Jake Paul? Oh, where do we even begin? This guy keeps selling himself as the savior of boxing. He's the guy who turned the sport into a clown show, complete with scripts and fake rivalries. Tyson, a man who deserved so much better, became just another pawn in Jake's ego-driven game.
Power at all? No. He hit you with one. You gave him the tongue. Only because the crowd got turned up, but it didn't.
But let's not give Tyson a free pass here either. This fight wasn't about skill or legacy. It was about cold, hard cash. Jake Paul didn't just fight Tyson. He used him. Tyson was the bait.
Damn sure did.
The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another payday disguised as a boxing match. It wasn't a competition. It was a money grab dressed.
When is he getting into the suing part?
Games went downhill when they got rid of cheats. We're bringing them back. Weemont gives you dozens of cheat codes for thousands.
Up as a historic event. Fans shelled out their hard-earned cash for tickets and pay-per-view, thinking they were about to witness an epic clash. Instead, they got what felt like a YouTube parody of a real fight. The only thing missing was Jake vlogging mid-round about how he's revolutionizing boxing.
It seemed like he was just going through the motions, and now we might know why. After the fight happened, everyone all over the sport started debating whether it was all just a cash grab. But can we really...
And then Jake had the audacity to say, "I didn't want to hurt Mike." Oh, please, let's not pretend this was some noble act of restraint. Jake Paul isn't a hero sparing the legend. He's a businessman milking every drop of Tyson's legacy for his own profit.
Chad, what y'all think? I believe that part. I believe that part. Because I'm going to tell you why. Nobody wanted to see Jake Paul knock out Mike Tyson. Not even Jake Paul fans. Nobody wanted to see that. Jake Paul image would have been over if he would have flatlined Mike in the middle of that ring in front of millions of people. They would have said, "Oh, come on." They would have dogged him. Social media would have dogged him if he flatlined Mike Tyson 60-year-old ass in that motherfucking ring. They would have dogged the hell out of him. No bullshit. No bullshit. I don't even think he wouldn't have been able to recover from that. He could recover from this bullshit he been doing. I told you, all he got to do is fight somebody legit next. That's it. He fight a real fighter, win, lose, or draw, he'll still sell it. I think him fighting these handicap circus matches is over. I don't think people falling for that okie doke no more. But if he would have flatlined Mike Tyson in the middle of that motherfucking ring, nobody would have watched Jake Paul ever again. His brand would have been done, finished, over, tarnished. What y'all think, chat?
Let's be honest. He knew exactly what this was. He literally said
Mike, he old. Like he could slip the first punch, but that rock back this way is slow as hell. So all it takes is for a 1-2, and he's done. You see him in the fight, nigga. He'll slip the first one, boom. But that rock back to this side is not as fast as that first rock, nigga. He coming? He trying to pick it up slow. Nigga, it's target practice at that point.
He took the fight to pay his bills.
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically. I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Yeah.
Imagine being the heavyweight champion of the world, a boxing icon, and ending up as a supporting actor in Jake Paul's reality show. It's tragic. Now the backlash? Deserved. And brutal. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas tore this fight apart. Holyfield pointed out that Tyson's balance and movement were a disaster, and Douglas didn't mince words either.
I told you.
Calling the fight a cash grab that spit in the face of boxing's integrity. They're
damn
right.
So damn.
Tyson, once a force of nature, was reduced to a sluggish shadow of his former self. Jake, meanwhile, strutted around like he'd just redefined the sport.
You know, your friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died.
So that's saying that I only did this for my bills. He's lying. Mike Tyson didn't recently say that. If he's basing it off that interview that he just played, this nigga lying.
Over the summer, he said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
For fans, the whole thing was an insult. Pay-per-view outages and Netflix streaming failures added insult to injury, making the experience even worse. You pay top dollar for a fight they said would be thrilling, only to end up staring at buffering screens or worse, a painfully lackluster performance. It's like ordering a luxury meal.
I heard about that. Like I said, I didn't watch it, but I heard the quality of the watching it. The quality of the stream was terrible. I heard it was awful. Netflix got too much money for them to be displaying pixelated videos. It was awful. Bro.
being handed stale fast food. And if the fight itself wasn't bad enough, the leaked script made it even worse.
First and foremost, Mike Tyson. It's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
However, in another
fans didn't just feel cheated, they felt played. The match unfolded exactly as the script predicted, fueling suspicions that the whole thing was choreographed. And honestly,
join Bet365 today and get $150
I'm not believing that
in bonus
shit.
bets when you bet $5.
And then chat, you had 6 months. You had 6 months to develop a script and to get everything on point. And that's what you put, and that's the performance y'all thought of? Who wrote the shit? Who wrote the script?
anyone
Tell them to
believe
step
otherwise?
forward.
This wasn't a fight.
That
It
shit was
WWE
doo-doo.
without the pyro.
Nigga, the Rocky Balboa movie was more compelling. Them Creed movies were more compelling, and they done in less time. You tell me you got 6 months to choreograph a fight, and that was the best they came up with? Chat, come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. This shit wasn't scripted. It was just ass. Neither one of them motherfuckers can fight. That's really what it comes down to. Neither one of them can fight.
Social
Mike
media,
Tyson,
of course, exploded.
Mike Tyson, of course, used to know how to fight. Jake Paul ain't never knew how to fight. So y'all just got two people who can't box in a ring. What did y'all really expect? What did y'all really expect? Neither one of them wanted to get knocked out. So of course they're not going all in because they don't really, there's no real hate here. There's not enough hate here. If Jake Paul would have been saying shit like "fuck your kids, Mike," yeah, Mike probably would have been trying to tear his motherfucking head off. Or if Mike took some personal shots, and if the animosity between these two was really strong to where they genuinely hate each other, I think then you would have got more of an aggressive fight. But because they own this friendly, neutral business, let's just get in there and see bullshit, they had no incentives to really go in there and knock each other's head off. It's just two people who can't fight who got thrown in a ring and told to fight for $20 million.
Teams roasting Jake Paul and Mike Tyson flooded every platform. Fans dubbed the fight boxing's biggest joke and called out both fighters for staging what many saw as a glorified exhibition. And the lawsuits? Oh, they came rolling in.
Ooh.
Bettors who'd sunk their money into what they thought was a real competition were livid. Who can blame them? Millions were wagered on this circus, and the outcome felt as predictable as a soap opera finale.
Everything, but my kids, to my children, I'm nobody. But that night they're gonna find out their father's very special.
His balance seemed.
Let's zoom out for a second. This fight wasn't just a disappointment. It was a glaring example of everything wrong with modern boxing. Fans and critics agree. Jake Paul's fights are more about theatrics than talent. He's not a boxer. He's a brand. And Tyson? Watching him struggle in the ring was heartbreaking. The man who once dominated boxing now looked like he was fighting just to make it to the next round. It wasn't inspiring, it was sad.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X.
I really hope Mike Tyson is done after this. He don't need to bring his ass back in that motherfucking ring. And we need to give Floyd a little bit more credit for staying in as good a shape as he is at. I think Floyd creeping up on 50. He need to get a little bit more credit for staying in. At least Floyd fight, he's in good shape. He ain't out there wheezing. Mike be on all them drugs and shit. Then just gonna get up off the couch thinking he finna jump in a boxing ring at 60 years old.
Here's the harsh truth. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson took $60 million from fans and left them with nothing but a regret. Tyson's legacy took a hit, and Jake Paul cemented his reputation as the king of hype over substance. It was a betrayal. Fans don't ask for much. They want real competition, not a scripted spectacle. If this is the future of boxing, we might as well bring in theme music and choreographed dance routines. It's not like they're trying to hide it anymore.
I just think I can handle the situation.
You gonna knock him out?
I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
Tyson's revelation.
At the end of the day, it was a scam. A slap in the face to every fan who believed in it. A mockery of a sport that used to mean something. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson didn't just fail to deliver. They actively destroyed any shred of respect people.
All right, chat. Y'all let me know y'all opinions.
Got a house on the hill, I don't back out. Ain't showing no love, no, not in this season. I'm waiting to bring all my racks out. Now who keeping all of my niggas? Been waiting to shoot up the burner. Caught in my fields, I need some more soda. She loving the pill, her body get warmer. Got her right on top.